Hello, this is Desmond Leon with Metro St. Louis Community Tax Coalition. We're going to go through some slides about the TaxSlayer 2021 enhancements that will impact 2020 software and the back. So our objectives for the lesson is to identify the TaxSlayer enhancements, to describe other the features. So, by way of qualification, the information source is from the TaxSlayer software enhancements webinar that was presented on December the 14th, and also from what I was able to determine from the practice lab as of January the 7th of 2021. And lastly, of course, Pub 4012. So some of the under the hood enhancements are as follows. The carry forward thus will look back to 2018 if no carry forward from 2019. What this was about is that because a number of taxpayers may not have gotten their 2019 returns prepared because of COVID, TaxSlayer decided to allow for a look back to 2018. So if the client did not come in to have their 2019 return prepared, but came in to get their 2018 prepared, then 2020 information will come forward from 2018 through the carry forward and through global carry forward. So that's one. Secondly, there's an e-file warning when you get ready to ready the return for electronic filing. If there was a first-time homebuyer's credit repayment, now TaxSlayer will present a warning to indicate that the first-time homebuyer's credit appeared in a prior year, and if you needed to do something about it. Particularly, that's helpful because the lack of that warning, you may send the return forward, it will reject, and then you would have to come back and to make that correction. One other enhancement has to do with charitable contributions carry forward. Although we in our VITA program will probably not ever see it, but the concept here is that any excess charitable contributions from a prior year or from the previous year that could not be used, that amount will be part of the global carry forward. Where that comes in is if someone's charitable contribution exceeded 50% of their adjusted gross income, the amount above that would be eligible for carry forward. And in addition, some navigation boxes are now located at the top of the screen and the bottom of the screen. Pretty much what that means is that oftentimes you might make a change, but the software required you to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen before you can go back. Now that's been corrected so that the ease of navigation it's a lot better. Okay, this is the slide of the welcome screen after you log on. Just a word of one note here. In years past, we only saw the current year plus the 3 prior year. This year, we're going to see the current year plus the 4 prior years. So what that means is that we will also be able to prepare a 2016 return. In years past, given the profile that they've always used, 2017 was the oldest year you could do, and that had to be a paper return. So here's just a reminder that 2016 and 2017 returns can be prepared, but it will be filed as a paper return. 2018, 2019, 2020, of course, can be electronically filed. Okay, this is a screenshot of the client search screen, and here I just wanted to make note of the um, of what you see to the right of the return status at the federal and state level, so that you have a flag. You have three pictures, and plus you have a box. So the three icons. One is the flag, and that's for some notes. So you can go in and freeform type the notes. The notes will be carried forward to the following year. So that would be good if there is a identity protection pin, some type of comment that you might want to make to advise the preparer for the following year what to be on the lookout for. Also, the some middle icon is one called tags. I've got a slide on that. Then to the right of that is the print options. So when you select that, that will bring up the PDF, some version of the print print option that you choose. And depending on the option you choose, you're either going to print a lot of paper that you don't need, or you're going to print just what you do need. So kind of take a look through that and see what works the best for you. And then lastly, there is the tools. And under tools, you'll have the client status, which we will talk about toward the end of this presentation. And you would also have the privacy settings if you wanted to password protect that return, or changing the preparer. So you'd have to have the permission level, such as a site manager, to change the return to another small preparer. This might happen if the client comes in 1 week, has some missing information, comes back the following week, that preparer is not there, and so the return would have to be assigned to another preparer so they can get into the return to complete that return. The return tags. Comment about that is that it's really a small method of categorizing the returns. The reports can be created from the return tags used for analysis. So below that is a sample of some of the return tag comments that I've used in years past. So if you're in the scanning, if your site is in the scanning project, there will be an entry for Scan 2020. One of the requirements of the being in the scan project is that if your documents are uploaded to that folder or to that screen, check the box so that when the IRS runs a report or when TaxSlayer runs a report, they can determine how many sites utilize the scanning and uploading the features of the software. So I talked about the Scan Documents program. Here are two screens of where you would find the location to upload the documents. So on the top screen, you'll see the entry for the scanned documents, and the bottom screen is when you click on that, you'll see a blank screen that will request that you upload the documents. And this is the upload documents screen. You would click in this area here, and it'll go to your folder, either on your computer, a shared drive, wherever the files are located, and then you would upload the files. This is the basic is the basic information homepage, and this is probably one of the first places that we're going to see the 2020 enhancements. And at the bottom there is the recovery some rebate credits section. So anything relating to the $1,200 payment or the $2,400 payment as it is, it would go in that section, and we'll see that in just a second. On the personal information section, just below where the client information is, will go. Most of you are familiar with these options. I'm going to point out to you about the this particular one about some wishing to elect to use 2019 earned income to figure 2020 earned income credit. This is the part of that EITC child tax credit look back that was proposed by Senator Brown of Ohio. The concept was that as clients' wages went down because of the loss of their job, the proposal was to look back to the wages, the earned income from the previous year, and allow that as their earned income credit. And then at the bottom is the new schedule LEP. What that is about is if the client wishes to have their small notices sent to them in a language other than English, then you would go in, check the box, and then check the option for the language. So as I indicated, this is when you click on the box about using that small look back, those are the fields that you see. And I don't have any other comment because it's still fairly new, and so. But anyway, just to make you aware, that's what it looks like. About the LEP schedule, when you check that small box, there will be about 20 languages other than English that will be listed that you can select. One of the other items on that main info page is the identity protection pin. It really didn't change anything except for the fact that it added another screen, and that's this top portion here. And this is that, and then if you select yes, then this screen pops up asking you to key in the PIN. Okay, on this screen here, we're talking about the economic impact payment. When you get to that screen, of course, you've got a yes/no option. If you select yes, then you enter the amount of the payment that was received. Based on the notice 1444, and it also has something about the second impact payment. So I guess the most recent authorization for the payment would go there. So you're going to capture that as prepayment credits, even though it was received in 2021. This is another new one, which has to do with the credit for sick leave and some family leave for certain self-employed individuals. It's a Form 7202 credit. Since this has to do with self-employed, I'm not going to say too much about it. I did cover it in one of the slides, in one of the PowerPoints that is, regarding the new tax law changes. This screen here talks about the $300 cash contribution deduction to reduce the adjusted gross income. So this is for individuals who are not itemizing. And so I've got some directional that would allow you to see what the screen looks like. So this is the data entry screen, and unfortunately my slide kind of cut off, but the amount of the contribution I keyed in was $1,000. But as you will see in this slide, that the $300 will carry over to line 10B. The point is that in order to get this $300 charitable contribution deduction, you would have to go into the itemized deductions section of the software and key in the amount, and of course it has to be a cash contribution. So lastly, I wanted to talk about the client status screen. If you've not gone into this, or if you're not aware of it, we'll spend a few minutes on it. So this is a screenshot of a rejected return. Here it shows that the return was rejected. Oops. And toward the bottom here, it will give you the reject code. So in this case, the reason the return rejected because the PIN was incorrect. And it would have to be a paper return in order to move it forward. So it also presents an audit trail of information. So with that, this is a screenshot of an accepted return. So if a client is contacting you about their refund, they haven't received it, or something to that effect, you can always go back to the return to find out when the return was accepted. I use this all the time if a client's calling me. So with that, that concludes this. So I think my closing remarks there are this. There's always going to be updates to the software, and refer to the PUP 4012. It's our Bible. It includes tax law plus the tax software for each chapter, for each area. So income, expenses, credit. There'll be some pages related to the tax law, but it will also show you tax software. One of the things that was not available as of January the 7th was the Form 8915E. This is the form that relates to the distribution of your 401 or your retirement plan, where you can spread the payment of the taxes over 3 years. Again, we covered this in the tax law, some modules, but as of the 8th of January, that portion of the software was not ready yet. Also, most of the state software for 2020 is in the practice lab. The recommendation is continue to check the TaxSlayer blog for the daily updates to see what's going on. That's always the best source of information. Lastly, software proficiency, it's acquired by hands-on. You just got to do it. So with that said, that concludes this video, and good luck.